Happy morning and happy evening, one and all. So, today is another wonderful day where we are going to learn one of the most important part of our life. Most of us fail. So, everybody are very successful in their career, but we always fail in creating a perfect balance between our work and life. So, today we are going to have such an interesting topic. First of all, I would like to thank our founder, our Guruji, Gampa Nageshwar Rao sir, for creating such a wonderful platform for all of us. Without him, we would have not been here in this place today. I would like to thank our regional director, um, Shyam Rathod sir, and also I would like to thank our Spurti in charge, Satish Kumar Tumu sir. I would like to thank Vadekar Lakshman sir and all the mentors and all the trainers. Of course, all the participants, because without you guys, without you people, we would have not been here in this wonderful platform and would have not learned such wonderful sessions from such wonderful trainers. So today I would like to introduce myself. I would like to introduce Janaki Ramu Raju Sagi sir. So he is qualified in postgraduate in science and he has a lot of certifications done. He's a NLP master practitioner, impact certified trainer. He is an impact international board member. He is a life skill trainer and also a business trainer. He's not only a certified trainer, but his professional experience is also very vast. He has 13 plus years of experience in various fields, and he has 6 plus years of experience in a as a trainer, which is not so easy to achieve. Training achievements are like he has almost trained 500 plus trainers, which is really a great achievement. And he has also helped them to kickstart their careers in training, which is really great. His training approach is really unique when compared to others. So he utilizes mostly the real-time relatable examples and factual information in his training sessions, which will help us to understand the concepts very easily. He also incorporates practical knowledge and hands-on experience to ensure effective learning. And I think always having hands-on experience will help us to remember all the concepts very easily. Of course, to know his personality, he is really a cool and charming demeanor. He always creates an engaging and comfortable learning environment with everyone, which is really great, sir. Thank you so much for that. And I really take pride in saying that he's accomplished as a trainer and he has successfully mentored and trained over 300 individuals to launch their own careers in training industry, which is not quite easy. So he collaborated with diverse professionals to offer comprehensive training solutions, which is really great. And he is like really approachable guy, and he believes that learning things practically creates more impact than talking theoretically. So, sir, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for being here with us this wonderful morning and evening to give us this wonderful session. The virtual dais is yours, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, everyone, for your warm welcome. So it's a happy evening to say to most of the people here who are present. So just give me a few seconds. Let me share my screen. So if everyone is okay with my voice and video and everything. So if anyone facing any issues, just let me know before that. Okay, before starting. Okay. I will just, as I explained, I just tried to track through the best experience possible. So you can give your examples also in the meanwhile, and most of my session will goes like this, like it's not like a lecture mode. So I'll try to keep engaging you through questions. You can give your answers in the chat box mostly. Anyhow, the people are very few, so we can get the answers through directly also from the video or something. You can unmute yourself and you can answer it. Okay. Just let us dive into this, and we can. If you have any questions in the about anything what we are discussing today, you can ask me openly in the end of the session. I'm very happy to answer them. Okay. So let's start our session. So I got this wonderful topic like work-life balance, which is the most lovable topic by me, because nowadays the it's most toughest thing to everyone to achieve this. So I will try to keep my experiences into this, as well as some of my colleagues' experience and previous people attendants who has given the feedback how they're achieving it after my sessions and everything. I'll try to keep them as an example also, so it will be more helpful to whoever wants to achieve it more easily. So every time I mostly like to ask a question first. So what's your definition in your point of view for the work-life balance? Anyone can answer through the chat, or you can unmute and say, but to unmute, you can go one by one as I explained before. We have some geometrics. Anyone can answer through the chat. And okay, maybe typing may takes time. Yeah. Okay, I got one response. A healthy amounts of breaks for vacations during the work. Okay, it's a good perspective. You need different perspectives of the life, right? So everyone will have their own perspectives regarding this. So just for that, I'm asking you this question. So it is very important. So based on your answers, I can curate my session also. So I can include your answers as an example. So I think few are also in the mode of typing. So or else if it is typing, you can just give an answer through voice also. Okay, let's move forward. We'll not waste our time on this. Anyhow, you can keep typing on that. So what is a work-life balance? As I asked a question, so some are giving an answer. Okay, being able to properly teach yourself and your family to have fun. Oh, that's a very different perspective. Right, even that is also a correct thing. So, before we defining or before we are going deep dive into the work-life balance or what it's a broad spectrum of the word which we hear generally. Yeah, it's unhealthy to do much work without a break. Yeah, that's also a correct thing. So anyhow, the work-life balance, before deep diving into it, it's a vast subject. Confining it to like a 1 hour session or so like a 45-minute session is very tough thing actually. But still we can see like as our structure goes on, we'll go with the introductions, we'll go with into the deep of the subject line, and we go with the conclusion with some of the best examples. So which will give you some a different. I will try to give you a different perspective. If you are a working professionals, it will give you a different perspective. If you are a student, also, it will help you to give you a different perspective. Okay. Before anything, we have to ask ourselves these questions guaranteedly. How much role your work plays a role in your life? So for this also answers will gives a good answers. Well, I'm expecting. No, it is like no. You have if you take your life like 24 hours, we have a day. So it's like is it taking a 50% of your work? Even if your work is taking a 50% of your life, in only the work thing or something. We have to see this. This question you have to ask yourself very frequently. Is it overlapping? So then we have to go for the second one. So it's like 50%. If you are taking so say for example your work life work is going on for around 12 hours, 33%. Oh, very great. It's just 8 hours. I don't think so is currently happening at 8 hours, but still let's consider that also as something like we'll agree at 40%. Okay. So suppose if it is taking 40% of our life, means in every day it's going up on 40%, and another something like 30% or something it will goes on our sleep. So it's almost 70% has gone, and we left with only some 30% for our personal life, which where we have will deep dive into that. Okay. So next question, very important question is our personal life and our work life are crossing each other. It's crossing is like while we are working, how much it is affecting you, how much it is crossing over your on your work life, or if you are in your personal life, how much it is coming through you or to your life, your work life. So this is very important questions as currently after from last 4 years the scenarios has in the world has completely changed, right? Before the technology is a different perspective, but nowadays the technology usage has been increased very drastically, and the AI has increased, and the AI has so every part where we are getting this deep and deep into this. So this is how it looks like our life. I'm trying to give some visual perspective. So say let's like the first image is what we think our work-life balance. So simply managing like the job on one side and the life on one side, it's just balancing it. Is it true? Will it happen like that? Is it simply the job and the life? Oh, I got another different perspective. It's a different for pregnant and nursing parents versus married couple or persons without distractions. Yeah, it's a person to person. It will depends upon person to person. That's why I'm saying the reality is different, right? It's not just the job and the life. In reality, we have some more roles which we are playing in our life, right? We are not just an individual, which is something like I can see some names here. So it's not our individual person which we are playing directly. We are just going to office and working and coming to a house, and we're just performing our duties and regular duties and just going for a sleep. No, it's not happening like that, right? We have our own perspective. Like here, what we are doing is volunteering some of the classes and something like here we are trying to educate the people on different subjects and exposure, right? So that's the role. New role is coming up. So we have to network with the people to improve our professional career or personal growth or whatever we call it as. That's also we need it. We need to hang out with the people, with friends. We need that, right? We need our hobbies to be fulfilled. Without that, we don't feel our happiness or everything. So there is an health in our hand. There is a job in our hand. There is an it's like a guilty pleasure, like it's not having a food and everything, right? We have a shoppings as a if we are have a family person, if we are married, something we have a different roles. Even though even single persons or unmarried people has to do some grocery shoppings for their personal use or right. So that's also has to be taken care. We have some of the course which daily course which we have to perform. Obviously, it is as I said here, the pregnant or nursing parents has more of those course involved for in their life. And of course, we can't avoid some of the travels which we have to take care where the time has been most of the time goes on. Travel here is not only just like flying. We have to commute our from our home to offices some most of the time. So previously, 2 years back, we have like a work from home cultures and everything for the IT field or some of the fields will have that. But now we are getting used to back to the another regular work cultures. But it needs a commute, right, from our home to offices and everything. Even though if it is in a hybrid model, like coming to the office for 1 or 2 days or something, so even that also requires our commute. We have a love like is like no, we have connections with personal connections with many people, which we have love to hang out and everything. That's we have to manage our family. We have to manage. So see, just simply we said that job and life is a simple balance. If anyone says to you that it's very simple to achieve it, uh, every time the our mind every what happens to our mind is like no, it comes like this. So there are a lot of these things. Then these things we have to manage. How it is easy? Why these people are saying it is easy to manage? It'll come on top of our mind, and we can't escape that, right? Because this is the reality. We have to accept it and we have to move on with it, and we have to cope up with it, and then only we can achieve our work life balance and everything. But the most problem happens where understanding the difference between where I mean drawing a line between those two. But sorry to say this, nowadays there is no line in between which we can't see that. It's very wafer thin layer. It's easy to breakable and it's easily penetrated. And of course, it's in current scenarios. It's very mix up with happened in the both the things because of our different work cultures has came up nowadays. Right. So I think most of the people are getting habituated to that also. So in that, in previous days, what happened is there is a clear differences has happened between the work and the work culture and this our personal life culture. But sorry. Uh, so what happened is nowadays it's after this technological advancement and everything has happened. So it's completely combined overlapped over each other, and it's not happening. We can't separate each other from our work and for our personal life, and it became more challenge for us to separate each other. So let's if we can see this one. This is what happens in most of the people's life in your personal lives and everything. So how many are experiencing this in as in I shown in the left side of my image? How many are experiencing this while you're in work? You feel like taking some dizziness, or if you're feeling like taking a nap or everything, and while you are in home or while your personal life and everything, you are thinking about work. You can just answer like me or something who are just going through this. There is nothing wrong going through these things because I am going through this also. Well, sometimes I go through this and sometimes as I know how to balance it, sometimes I can try to overcome those things and the things. Yeah, yes. See here the like work if any students are there, so you can simply think that just replace that work with your education or something. Okay. So when you are in study mode or something, you may think about going to sleep or something. While you are in the sleep, you'll get all the study things and everything in the sleep, right? So this exchange happens because of most of the stress out things or more of the unplanned subject or which will happen. So for this, we have to study about our time management and everything. And of course, we have a lot of things like planning and day planning and everything. So that's very important, which you have to study that also. So to get this concept, see, saying like I can say simply, this is the concept, you can learn it and everything. But for that, you need a different tools like time management and understanding our what is our work and differentiating the personal life and everything. That is a most important thing. So the quality of work life means to improve our quality in our work, which is very important, right? Why we thrive to the why we study, or why we do that for that enhancement our in our work life or something. Why we do that? Because we need our job satisfaction or the only thing? No, we need our monetary benefits or what personal benefits, and we have to satisfy our career goals and everything, which is we required very much, right? That everything we have to satisfy. So for that we need job satisfaction. For so to get your job satisfaction, you have to understand your job roles and responsibilities very deeply. Saying this term is very easy to me, or some understanding it is also as a word. It looks like a very simple thing. But what is understanding your job roles and responsibilities? How to take that? So it's very important to not going through just like if you once you join in any company or anything, just going through the roles and responsibilities which is defined on the paper or something. No, that is not the job roles and responsibilities which will give you 100% job satisfaction. Okay, to get the job satisfaction, or to understand the roles and responsibilities, you have to keep your journey open, with open minded in this work life. Just understand what is your importance of your role in that organization, what it is playing it, how it will affecting the company, how much you are contributing to your company. So if you can't define that for yourself, and for your sake, you have to understand another step after that is how it is contributing personally to you, back to your career growth. If you don't understand that in your job responsibilities and whatever the performances you're doing, and if it is not satisfying, or if it is not driving you to your career goal which is you kept, so sorry to say that you will go through a lot of hell in your job, and you will drastically your performance will drop down. It will affect your career, it will affect your personal life. So that's the most common mistake which happens in the industries. I've seen a lot of people in our in my job and everything. I work for a corporate companies, one of the top companies in India, in the world. So I see with a lot of people who don't understand their job responsibilities first. Just they think that doing like personal course in our life, so just they simply do that also as in our work life. No, we should not do that, should not do like that. So we have to check ourselves, and we have to keep that checklist, or you what we call, we have to keep that milestones, everything, how it is helping you in your career growth, how it is contributing back to you. So it is like give and take policy. You have to give your 100% best to your company, and at the same time it has to give back to you, which should help your in a career growth as well as your personal growth, either it is a monetary benefit or whatever the benefit it is, right? Okay, so hope you got a perspective of that what I'm saying. I can't stay on this topic for more time because we have very less time. So and of course, which we can't avoid, the second thing is workplace stress. Workplace stress is like we we have to understand our capacity, which is very looks like a very tough. but it's believe me, it's not very tough thing to understand your capacity, because no one can judge you more than yourself. So understand yourself, what's your max capacity you can perform, where you can give your 100% the best, okay, where your performance can't go down. You understand that what's your limit of the time or whatever energy you can put it on and everything. You understand that once you crossing that, then the stress starts, the workplace stress, right? So that's where you feel your dizziness, that's where you feel your headache and whatever you call it as, you will get while doing your job and everything. So you will get boredom and everything. So all these things starts when you are starting with the stress. Of course, I'll give that cycle, how it will happens and everything. And another very important, everyone says that for me, someone says that financially it is not required, some says that, but no, in our life that financial reimbursement, that financial get back is very important, because that is one of the driving force of our life, or that is one of the best driving force to do the job, right? If we are not paying enough, and if we feel that and everything, then obviously we'll feel that we'll start getting demoralized ourselves and everything, and we don't give out the best in the job, and then again it'll throws back into the stress phase, where we'll feel more stress, and again it will affect our performance, and again it will roll back again into our financial things, hit back on our financial things. So both all of these things are very interlinked and everything. And of course we need to do that work life balance. And of the most important thing is work conditions or job environment, which we have no control, right? We can't define, right? As an individual, we can't define our working conditions or job environment. We can't define that, right? We can't define the other our colleague or someone how to behave, how to do that, how to be in your environment, how to interact with you and everything. No, that doesn't, we can't that doesn't happen in an individual single day, or we can't do that simply straightforwardly. But we have to understand how much it is affecting your performance. If you are not understanding that, and if it is in like, so we call it as a toxic environment. So even in the toxic environment, we can achieve our work-life balance. But for that, we need a lot more effort to put into that, to understand where the job satisfaction coming from, how much stress we are getting hit by, how much it is affecting our personal life, how much it is affecting our personal growth. So if you understand these things, and how your environment is working out, and how your people are behaving, how much it is affecting your what we call something like office politics, or the everything, you have to understand that. So you can't avoid this in wherever, if you see that your company, whatever the place you're working currently, if you're feeling that is where you're having more toxic environment, so no, most of the places will have all the one or two either plus or minus, but almost every environment will looks like almost the same. But in some very well defined places, we have an no toxic environment at this thing, but it is very tough thing to get into. Only in such places, no, not everyone will have that chance. But we have to understand the fact of the life that yes, getting an opportunity is where we have to prove ourselves, right? So that's where we have to understand, that's where our intelligence, or that's where our knowledge and what we have learned from our childhood and everything plays a major role. How to overcome those things, how to make our hostile environment into a beautiful environment. So you have to make an impact that the other people has to feel that yes, uh, to feel that no, to work with you very effectively. They have to thrive to work with you. That's what we have to achieve it. So to roll out to the next one. So this is very important to understand. So if you have no here the performance and here the we have an stress level on the x-axis. So like take this as an example. So if we have very less stress, if you don't feel any stress, you will feel a bore. Now your performance will be also low. So some of the most of the thing people thinks that if I don't have any stress and think I'll give the best of myself. No, if you don't feel the stress, I mean, if you don't feel any challenges in the work environment or anywhere which you are working, or little stress out, you'll get a boredom. It's like daily coming and doing the same thing and everything. Now we can't do. So it will not help us in our career growth and everything. So we need a little stress in our job thing, but we have to check it out where it's under our comfort zone. It's under optimal things. So this is where the it has shown here there is a first four layers are very important in our life, where very less stress out is causes the boredom, and when we have a coming of that stress, so we'll get into the comfort zone. Comfort zone is also very some of the dangerous things, because we'll feel satisfy ourselves and we don't get you can see for say for example yeah, we can take like this. So you are settled in your job. You'll go daily from 9 o'clock to some say like 6 o'clock. You go to the office. You'll open your computer, or you will go for some mechanical job. You'll go to there. You will do that as per standard operating procedures. We call it as SOPs. You'll go with through that. You just do that. You'll be back to the office, home. Nothing creative, nothing extraordinary, or nothing going out of line. Everything every day you're doing that and everything. I can challenge it. Not more than 6 months, you'll get bored. So even from I'm not saying to you have to deviate from the standing operating procedures SOPs, but still, if you get some challenges or something new you have to implement or something where you're learning how to do differently or something, you'll give some stress. Or if new things are coming up in your thing in your career, or if it is helping out in your career growth or something, if you're checking it out daily, then you will go into the comfort zone. Comfort zone is a very um, a dangerous place where you'll fall back easily to our last one, which is bore out. So you have to stretch your some of your stress levels to somewhat the better there, but it should not cause any effect on your performance. That is where before as I said that you have to understand your core strengths, and you have to understand your capacity, where you have to where you can achieve your best out of yourself. So that's you have to understand. So going beyond this stressing the stress levels, you'll go into the strain. If any of you here feeling the strain, mostly the most people will go into the strain level, where strain is like you'll work better for something like you say some 8 hours or something. You'll give your best, but extending your time and everything, you will get that. So no, here the physical things are like no headache or dizziness. That's what happens in the mental level. You will feel like losing your concentration, your focus, or you're just getting dementia, like no forgetting the things, how to do that. Y- You'll do the best everything in the stress level or optimal performance level. You know everything. You are the best. But even that simple things also you'll miss it out when you're in the stress, straining out yourself. Anyone facing this strain levels? Hope, yeah, we'll get this sometimes, not right? Even though so it's mostly happens in the toxic environments. It happens obviously. Most of the toxic environments, why it happens is why we get this strain level of stress is because of our colleagues or very bad bosses and managers. Yes, obviously we can't avoid that, right? We can't change managers as we are not in that capacity. We are not in the capacity of changing our, I mean, what we call it as colleagues and everything. So we have to understand that and how to give our optimal performance is our biggest challenge in our life. So if you can't control yourself in the strain level, you will go out to the burnout level, which is very dangerous. Sorry to say this, burnout is a disease like a state, mental state. It is a World Health Organization has kept this burnout in their one of their mental stress level, mental health problem, and which causes very severe physical health problems. Burnout stage. Okay, I will show you that example. Don't worry about that. Yeah, as I said, that World Health Organization has said that burnout is a medical condition. You need that recharges, right? As someone said that we need breaks and we need to enjoy our vacations and everything. Yes, but how many are enjoying your vacation without thinking about your work, losing out your work? How many are doing that? You went for a beautiful vacation, but are you enjoying that vacation 100%? Are you not thinking about your work life or your work thing over there? Are you doing that? Are we giving 100% in that vacation? No, no. I don't think most 90% of the people will do that. So that's why the problem arises, right? We're not enjoying 100% over there, and we're not giving our best in this. This happens, but we have to strike that balance. So give it our 100% focus on while you are on vacation. Don't think about the work. It goes on. So what happens in the burnout? What is the conditions we have to look out? If anyone here is having these things, definitely I'll suggest them to go to the immediately goes to the your near consultant or psychologist or someone. It's a very important thing. Very quickly we have to address these things. Okay. Are you feeling exhausted from your work while doing your regular daily job? Are you feeling that? If you are feeling these things in your personal life also, not I'm saying it is only in the work thing. If it is happening in your personal life also, please be awake over that. Please keep your concentration on these things deeply. What I am saying now, if it is happening in your personal life or if it is happening in your work life also, you are going into a burnout stage. It's a high time you have to discuss with your family. You have to discuss with your company. Or if it is not helping you out, please go out, seek out a professional help, someone from the psychologist or some of the whoever it is available to you. It's very important. If you are feeling very exhausted with the simple daily things which you are doing, which is you performed very well before. Okay, you performed very well before, but now doing that also you're keeping exhausted. Or if you are feeling isolate yourself, are you feeling that? Are you feeling to keep yourself isolated from everyone? Are you getting irritation easily? A very simple saying, very simply, if someone suggests you something, also, if you're getting irritated, that is one of the conditions. And frequent illness. Keep an eye on your colleagues, keep an eye on your family. If they are frequently getting ill with their daily jobs or something, that is one of the cause of burnouts. Burnout is it's not like a physical thing, but it's a very mental thing. The psychologically, it's very, very strong thing which we have to keep an eye on that. If any of these things you are facing out, just please work out on it. I'm stressing out it's because most people will not concentrate on thing, and they think that they will get out of it is easily. No, it will keep you, push you to the depression, or in worst cases it will push you to the suicidal cases and everything. Okay, that's very sad things to happen. No, as an impactians or some, what we always thrive is, no, we are always a phone call away to speak about these things and how to overcome all of these things. So, so please, everyone, if anyone is facing or any things in these things in your personal life or in your professional life, please call us, any of us. We are very open to discuss all those things. We'll suggest you a good professionals, or in your location you can reach out to best things, or you can speak out to your friends, you can go for a hangout, you can take a break. That's very important. Get out of this that thing these things very quickly as yourself. So as I discussed here, the changed scenarios is are the major cause is happening. We are expanded our work areas, like, it's not anymore in the office itself. Remote locations are most of the places is happening, not only in IT or something, it's happening in most of the fields, right? In something like, pharma companies or something, it's not happening, but still, uh, most of the companies is most of the industries, I think, is going in the remote things and everything. So, and obviously we are taking multiple jobs. That's one of the things which is happening nowadays. So we are not anymore sticking to one thing or something, because it is of obviously your personal life goals or something, your career goals, or maybe your financial goals. It's like, multi job is like not simply doing your daily job only. No, it's not only about that. Maybe you're while you're doing your job, you may thinking of starting your own startup, or you may be thinking of your starting your own business, or you're managing your own business, and as well as you're doing your employee things to keep your personal life happy, or going through that. So that's where also, you know these scenarios are affecting our work life balance. So obviously we all know that working hours has been increased, almost in some of the countries has been increased, and some of the countries are still following strict rules of 8 hours or something. But no, I think most of the countries have changed to 10 hours now. They are allowing more than 10 hours. So it's like, we are going more of 12 to 14 hours. Obviously, it is officially, it will maybe as in 12 hours, but we are shifting, we are working through our almost a 14 hours jobs, right? So we're just left with 10 hours for our personal life or something, where we have to keep our your personal hobbies, your family hobbies, your family vacations. Yeah, we are very great there. You, as a human beings, we are very proud to say for ourselves that, we are doing very, very multiple taskings so very easily, but still we feel that we are not achieving anything. But be proud of yourselves that, we are doing multiple things at an hand. We're not just an animal, like, no, we're just eating and sleeping or going for a hunting or not. No, we are doing a very work life things. We are hanging out. We are enjoying our phone calls with our family members. We are enjoying with our phone relatives. We are enjoying our life with our friends. We are going hang out for the movies and everything. No, we have a lot of things. We are doing it. We have to be proud of ourselves. And of course, converting into the nuclear families, where because the workload has been increased, right? So now we have only our due to these nuclear families, what is happening? The total workload comes on 1 or 2 persons only. We have to cope up with that. So that's also, as I said, that why we get personal life burnout because of this nuclear families. So it's nothing wrong in living as a nuclear family because of changed scenarios or whatever the personal goals for our career growth and everything. But we have to understand how to strike out that balance in our personal life, and how to spread out that work things and personal works also in our left out the time, or what we call it as a work life and these things. So, and most toughest thing, someone has said that yes, women's dual career as an employee, as an housewife, or someone has said that nursing parents or some like pregnant has very tough thing. So they have to concentrate on their self development and also their for better life, and they have to concentrate on a family. They have a child to take care of. So it's very tough thing to strike that balance for them. More, it's more toughest thing to achieve that. So kudos to them. I still feel that how I don't know how they do that, but they are very good at that balancing these things. Time management, they are very good. No, compared to the everyone, the women are very good at those time management things. So, as an individual, we have to understand these things. No, we have a different roles and responsibilities in our personal life. As an individual, we have our one social identity, right? We have our take care of our parents. We have to take care. Maybe someone has to take care of their grandparents, or we have that role. We may act as an. We are not simply an individual. We may act as a parent. We act as a grandparent. We have a children to take care of, or we may act as a children. We have some social works which we take care a lot, like what we are doing now, or we have an employee. As an employee, we have a special role we have to take care of. All these we have to balance it out. So the conflicts are which is very important, will happen. You can't avoid that conflict between these all these roles. So simply understand this. You need to do some social work. So will it affect your personal life? Yes, it will take some time out of your personal life, right? You can't give it time of your social from your work life to your social working. If you understand this, right, you have to definitely you have to give 8 hours or 10 hours, whatever it is, to your office. 100%, that's mandatory, which you can't avoid that, right? But for doing a social work like some volunteering job or something, whatever it is, you need to take that time out from your personal life. Now, the toughest job is making your family to understand that how it is important to you, how it will help you in your personal growth, or how it will be gives you happiness, and that also you have to manage that. That's where the challenge comes up. So this is where the discussions, this is where the openness with the each individuals and with your family members will help you out and everything. As I seen many cases where people says that complaints about that the people personal your personal people will not understanding your I mean what your hobby or whatever you call it as, which we gives you more happiness. That's where the conflict starts, and that's where the see like no most of the uh, eruptions happening in the families. That's where the uh, it's not opening up to the other individual of your family. That's where the communication breaks down happens. Once you breaking that communication breakdown and everything, you can't achieve your work life balance. I'm sorry to say that if you are thinking that no, you can't balance your work life balance without opening up your to family, that we have to do that. So we have to reframe ourselves. Like we are not anymore strictly to 9 to 5 hours or more. So you have to answer these things yourself for yourself, because for every individual it is separate. Say like here, keep in mind for the first question, your working hours strictly from 9 to 5 means it includes your commute from your home to office also. Calculate that. That is also like a working hour. Okay. Generally, we left out that and we'll say that 9 to 5 is my job. But say if I'm staying in like metropolitan cities like in Hyderabad or Mumbai, and it's not the traveling will takes at least 1.5 hour only to just going to office. Like, for me, it's like, it'll take out 2.5 hours only just for commuting. And even if I work for 8 hours, it's adding another 2.5 hours in my, which is I'm doing nothing. I'm just only traveling. It's not contributing to anything. It's just commuting to the office. So it's also a work life. Calculate that as a like work life. So it'll like, 10.5 hours, 11 hours. It's gone. If you're thinking that 8 hours only we are working, no, 10, 11 hours is gone. So it's almost coming up to 40, 50%. So that keep that also in the mind. And one more important thing is getting ready to the office is also a work life. It's not a personal life. If you are spending some time in your home getting ready or getting yourself going to the office, everything you keep your bag ready and everything, that takes another 1 hour. Add that also to your work life. Calculate that as work life, not as a personal life. Personal life is very different. That's we have to define ourselves. What is our personal life? Personal life is like now spending with your family members, hanging out is your opening your communication with them is your family time, or watching a movie with them is a family time, or playing with your kid is a happy time. That's your personal time. So this is different. So you have to understand that. So most people will get confused with that. No, getting ready to the office will take that as a personal life. No, it's not. It is also a work life. So that's why I said that it will take you off 50% of your work day in your work life. Saying that definition is because of that. So is your priorities? Last question is very important. What if our priorities demanding more hours in work? Means like, you have an your personally you have a some another goal, start your some business or some work, another startup or some whatever it is. So and if it is demanding more work hours, how can you differentiate that from each things? So that's very important. So we not it's not my word. uh, it's given by most of the corporates has accepted these things, this word. There is nothing like work life balance as of now. We call it as work life integration. So because of change in technologies and everything, we are integrating it. So this is more about blending our blending means mixing up our work and personal responsibilities based on our priorities and roles. This is very important. So don't call it as a work life balance, call it as a work life integration. So there is no separation is happening now. There is no line between those things nowadays. So we have to very clear about that. So as I said, the time management plays a key role. If you missed out at that session, I hope that session has been there for you. Maybe I think I don't know exactly your structure of what is you're learning nowadays for this thing. If it is there, just learn it. Or if you are missing out, you can ask our people to arrange one session for time management. Get that understanding very effectively. Do that. Understand your work-life balance and understand your goal. For time management, you have to understand your goal. If you are wondering why we are getting these topics yesterday, I think you gone through leadership skills by Sridhar sir. So leadership, why it is important? You have to understand leadership is not just leading an team or something. Leadership is about leading our life as a leader, as a powerful. How we are leading our personal life as a leader. Leader is not just leading some team or some not a politician or something. It's not just that. Leader is like leading your personal life very effectively. Leading your work life is an effectively is an leadership. So that's where we have to understand that. So please understand this time management, or you can go through online or videos in impact YouTube channel. You can go through our time management sessions are there. If you mostly, I think there are in Telugu or Telugu mostly. If you if most people understands Telugu, then go through that, or you can ask someone from to arrange time management session. But it is very important, you know. And so this is the third line. Just read it out most effectively. That's where now I can relate with this easily. Never say I can't accommodate more in my life. Try to start something that makes you feel comfortable. Okay. Life always has a space for it. What it means. Something it started. This sessions has started something like some days back. Say something like 10 days back. I say example. Before that, do you have the time for this thing, for learning a new thing or whatever the time? No, now you are taking, you are spending almost 1.5 hour in these things just to learn in your life, something to come up in your life, or something to change in your life, or is an hobby or learning, or you open up your communication channels with the other people, or for that you are learning, right? Whatever it may be, whatever it is, the goal you have come up here, but you have no, if you did you feel that you have a time before joining here, or before the paying or something, you're paying something to us, or something while we are joining here? Do you think that maybe you come up with this thing, this idea, like, can I spend 1 hour? Do you have the time? But now, yes, you have the time. You're coming up here, you're spending time, you're hearing us, you're learning a new thing. That is happens everywhere, right? In every day we have a space for every new thing. I had a beautiful example for this. You're driving your car, or you're taking out your bike or something. You're in our apartment gate, you're just going out into the road, and you see a very heavy traffic where you don't find a space for your car or your bike. Will you stand out over there, or you'll try to fit in that traffic or something? Mostly we'll try to fit into that traffic flow, and obviously in that traffic flow we'll go on, right? There is always a space for a new car in that traffic. Like that in our life, there is always a new space for us. um, the time slots will not increase. The time is obviously fixed for everyone, that will be same 24 hours, but still we have 1.5 hour. You are spending some 1.5 hour time here, but there are people who are not spending this time, but still, which even you also think that is impossible, but you have taken, somehow you have taken the decision that I will try to do it. Maybe you have taken that, I will see how it will goes on. But it's my promise that after completing all these sessions, if you implement everything what we are learning here, I definitely will say you'll see at least a 1% change in your life. That's uh, sure, and that's guarantee from my side. Just try it out, because why I'm saying it is because before joining Impact 5 years back, I was not a person to give time for anything or anything, but I have given my time. Now I'm able to give my time to the Impact for some time to do some of my works and everything. And I've never skipped out my office works. I'm one of the best employee in my office. I was always on the top level where I'm doing that. That's not happening about. I'm striking out balance with my work life and my personal life. I'm giving time. I'm doing that. I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm going for movies and everything. I'm enjoying with my people and everywhere in the restaurants, and I'm hanging out. That I'm doing that. I'm traveling. Everything I'm balancing it out. But before that, I've not done that. Once I started here, once I learned many things, it opened up my mind. How it will helps out with the giving these all these things, interacting with the people like us and everything, not only me or something or whatever the people who are learned here. You are traveling with the like-minded people. You are trying to open up yourself, right? Now once you start opening up, you can see more and more opportunities coming to you, and you can see more and more things to easily to solve the roadblocks. I call it as simply a roadblocks. No speed breakers or something will comes to you. It comes to the life and everyone. It will comes to everyone, but we have to accept that and we have to go on, move on to that, and how we have to open up and how to overcome those things is very important. So that's where the time management, the goal settings, and this everything is important. To get all those things, why it is important, the why the time management is important, why the goal setting is important, you have to understand this work life. So that's the key things which is answers. Prioritizing your work is very important. Okay, that's very important. So which one has to come first and which has to come next? This is very much important. And most important thing, and most people will fail here, learn the art of saying no. You have to understand where you have to say the no. Being an S man means saying everything to S to fulfill everyone's demand is not your job. Whoever is saying yes simply for sake of what we call it as in English, I just forgot the thing. But no, it's like comfortability or to make everyone to please, put it like this, to make everyone pleasing is not your job. Okay, so don't say yes where you have no chance to work out, where you have no possibility to do that. You have to say no. That is very much important. Learning to say no if there is too much in your plate. If, before example, I said that there is a space for everything to learn, right? To where you can fit, but that's not for saying yes to everyone, for saying yes to for everything and keeping everything on you. As I said in the first thing, know your capacity. Know your capacity. How much you can contribute, how much you can deliver. If it is affecting your delivery, please say no. That's very important. How to say no? That is another important task. We have to understand that. Don't say it blindly no to everyone. To like your manager, if he gives some works, don't say no directly. Discussion is very important over there, right? You have to understand how to say no. The art of saying no is very important. There are many books on that, how to understand that and everything. How to say no is very important. That's where your understanding your jobs and responsibility, understanding your other personalities of your people, your management, top management, or your colleagues. You have to understand that, and you have to say very smartly that no to them, that they can't deny it. That's very important. Just learn those things. uh, Keep correcting on regular basis helps us to give more fulfillment. Yes, we have to um, understand ourselves, and we have to regularly we have to introspect ourselves, and are we doing correctly or not. So because the life is changing, the technology is changing, the many things are changing, the world is changing very quickly, drastically. It is changing very fastly. Before corona it is very much different, but now last 4 years it's very drastical changes are coming up in every industries and everything, and even in our personal lives it's happening. So there is no wrong in taking a break from work and regenerating yourself. That's very important. So please take a break. Please take saying art of no directly. As I said, directly don't say no directly, but you have to learn that saying art of no. So that's all from my side. I'm closing out as of now for that is in this work-life balance. I think I give some different perspective. I tried to give it. Hopefully you got maybe people have got some different perspective. So, but obviously we'll go through some questions quickly. If some people is having any questions, before that I'll just close out this presentation. 1 second. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Raju sir. The session was really great because everybody of us fail in balancing both work and life. It could be our professional life or it could be as a student studying in school or college. So hopefully this session will give more insight to everyone on to understand in what state they are and how should they balance it well to achieve their goals. And also I think the graph you showed was really helpful because there are many of us here, maybe including me, that we don't know like in which state we are in the graph, and we all think that when there is no stress we are like our performance is really good, which is I think not true. So there are some questions which I've asked because I think these are the common things which will happen even in personal life or in professional life, or for a student or for a working professional. So can you please see those questions in the chat and answer us? And also, if you have time, I would request others if they have any questions, they might ask you, sir.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just going through that question. Your scenario is like, no, about the students and assignments, right? Where
Yes,
teachers are
thank you.
not guiding them.
Thank you, sir. This is wonderful sessions. Super.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, to answer your question, simply to say, teachers will not guide them. Yes, because why? So now we have to understand this here. Very different scenarios is happening here over here in your question. I can say like why teachers are not guiding them, because they themselves doesn't know how to guide them, because they have, maybe that's not wrong with them, because they have a lot of students, like some example like 30 students will have a different 30 perspectives, but teachers will have a different perspective, but that will not align with this all the students and to guide them easily. So that's one of the thing. And while coming to the subject learning perspective, why teachers are not guiding them? They have different study plans and everything, which will not suit for every individuals. So yes, nowadays schools are giving a lot of assignments and everything, but that's, as a parent, we have to understand that we can't avoid these things, right? First and foremost thing which we have to agree, first thing is we can't avoid these things which will happen. So how to overcome these things? First, these assignments and these workloads and everything will come to the students. So as a parents, how will help them to overcome those assignments and everything? But for that, we have to discuss with our kids or whatever things, how it will help them in their career, how it will help them for in their personal growth, how it is giving a benefit out of that, doing that, how to enjoy that assignments. Enjoying that is very important. If they are not enjoying, they can't do that. So as a parent, or it's our duty, obviously it will give some stress out of on the parents, yes, but that's the agreed responsibility, as I said, which we can't avoid. So it's our responsibility to explain them how it will be useful for them in their career and how to align with that. So that's most of the thing which we have to do that. So there is another thing, it's just that because they need to score well to get the required credits for higher grades. This is very controversial thing to discuss. Like, so now it's to say getting higher credits and higher grades and everything is, are we creating that environment by our parents, or is it happening through society? Through society, obviously it is happening, and that is taken beat by the parents, and that beating is been passing on to the students. That's what happening. Is really getting only high grades will be give a gooder performance by the students? No. See, like I can put it out like no. There are a lot of people I can see that see like above getting above 90% is also they are not satisfying as a parents. That's very very bad things. I can say that directly. So there are very few very good people who can excel in their careers and their personal hobbies and everything, that we have to, as a parent, that's our responsibility to understand our kids' capacity. Don't push them into over these things. But yeah, students will be very recurrent and very smart, and nowadays they will maybe act like no, they don't have that capacity, but they have that capacity. But spending most of the time, as a parent, we spend most of the time with them, so we have to understand their mind structure. Some of the work very easily, somewhere where they're lacking, understand that, how to focus on that, where they're lacking, simply on that. So getting higher grades, pushing them to the higher grades is not enough. That will not give any good result. Understanding why they are lacking to getting good grades, why they are doing that, that's where we have to concentrate. That I know there are people who are students who enjoys the games and everything, and they spend just only very little hours on the study and everything, and they get a good grades. There are few people who don't get a memorization and everything. The students, they easily forget and everything. You have to understand our kids very well. No, obviously that will goes into a lecture mode now if we speak more into that, but we have to understand our kids' capacities. There are different kids has a different needs and everything. So that's another very big subject altogether to discuss something. So how to manage our stress is very important. Yeah, that's stress as ourselves, but that's we have to take that beat, and we have to understand their goal and everything. Also, sometimes both at work and school also we feel that I'm not up to the mark because of the competition creates a stress. Yes, competition always creates a stress. That is very important. That stress itself will is a driving force for us to go into the in our to excel in our career. That's where we'll keep our we keep learning. We'll start to learn something new, because otherwise if there is no competition, you know that there is no competition, and you are the one who can go without any learning, or you can go up in your career. Will we do that? No. That competition is very much required. Then only we'll keep learning ourselves to go forward. Then only we'll keep ourselves improving ourselves also as a personality wise, or as a career wise, or everything. That happens only when we have that competition. Competition is a mandatory thing. Sometimes bullying at school also creates stress. Yes, that's where we have to keep open up of the discussion with the everyone, why it is happening. If it is going over the limits, then discussing it with the teachers, discussing with your school principal, or whatever the designation is, as who has the authority. That's very important. Discussing it with the parents is very important. Even it is either it is a school or work environment also, it happens that opening up discussion is very important. Yeah, I think that's the most of my, I think I answered your questions.